I'm going to have to weep my way through this. Sometimes that's the way. The only way. I'm not going to let my brother die lonely. July 4th, 1987. Mike is in the hospital again with pneumonia. Mike is in the hospital before this is his last time. Even though I didn't know it was his last time. I wanted somebody to tell me what to do. But everybody was just so busy. In the dark part of the night, Mike started making awful, terrible choking noises. I was in the room, half asleep, wanting to sleep. Feeling as though I had one of the children were babies and woken them of the night to his bed. Not now, I thought. Wait, just a little bit longer. When I came fully to my senses, I called for the nurse. And she came in. And she stuck a tube down his throat. And suction. She must have known that this was it. But I didn't. I didn't know my brother was drowning. I felt good. See, look, I've helped him. I woke up in the middle of the night when my brother needed me the most, and I helped him. And now he's going to be okay at least until the morning. When the nurse finished, I went back to my chair and blanket feeling relieved. Later on that night, those terrible choking noises came back. But this time I knew what to do. I called for the nurse, and she came in and did the same thing. So I went out to the lobby to get a code from one of the machines. When I came back in, the nurse was just finishing. The room was so dark, except for the working machines. And those awful, terrible gasping noises were becoming less and less. Not gone. And Mike was sleeping. Or at least his eyes were closed. And then the nurse came to me. I think you should call his wife now. Now? I ran to the payphones as fast as I could to get a hold of Nancy, but she wasn't home. I called again, and there was still no answer. I ran back to Mike's room to call from there, and she wasn't there. I frantically dialed and called and dialed. And then the nurse said to me, I'm going to give him morphine now to help him sleep. I knew what that meant. Mike and I had already watched our mother die. With the ringing, unanswered phone in my hand. With the room so dark and quiet except for those hissing machines. With Mike sleeping on the bed, trying so hard to breathe. With the nurse standing on the other side of the room, being so gentle and warm. And I panicked. What do I do? Hold his hand. Talk to him. Tell him you're here. His wife. What do I do about his wife? I can't get a hold of her. What do I do? Just talk to me. And so I did. I laid the phone on the table next to Mike's bed. I talked to him. I don't quite remember what I said in those last few hours. I just rambled on and on. When Nancy finally picked up, I was calm. That nurse had told me exactly what to do. And I will always be grateful. At one moment in those last few weeks, Mike said to me, I'm so scared. I wish that week I could have woven stories in the air so as to lull him to peace. That week, I would hold his hand, and I would massage his forehead, and I'd massage his shoulders. He would say to me, jokester. If only I were a person who told jokes, so as to entertain with light banter. In those last few hours, Mike asked me, "Is it okay if I stop trying to live? I've tried so hard." This was not acceptance. This was defeat. The pain and the struggle had worn him out. When Mike died, when he breathed his last breath, a large no rose from within my gut. For the past year, I knew what the outcome would be. For the past few months, I knew that it could happen any day. For the past few days, I knew that it would happen soon. For the past few hours, I knew it was just a matter of time. And still this large no rose from within. And with it came rage. Not fury, not anger, but rage. How dare he leave me to deal with it by myself? A year ago, in a moment of hurt and despair, when Mike thought that I was abandoning him, he said to me, "Don't go. You're essential to my survival." Well, I wanted to yell back this instant. I wanted to say, "It goes both ways. And look who abandoned who."
Friendship is in many blessed things, but when all you have ever known is lost because of a tragic mistake, a true friend may be all that you have left. The Vagabonds, by John Townlend Trowbridge. We two travelers, Roger and I. Roger's my dog. Come here, you scamp. Jump for the gentleman. Mind your eye. Over the table. Look out for the lamp! The rogue is growing a little old. 5 years we tramped through wind and weather, slept outdoors when nights were cold, and ate and drunk, and starved together. We've learned what comfort is, I tell you. A bed on the floor, a pit of rosin, fire to thaw our thumbs. Poor fellow, the fire holds up there has been frozen. Plenty of catgut for my fiddle. This outdoor business is bad for strings. And a few nice buckwheats hot from the griddle. Roger and I are set up for kings. No, thank you, sir. I never drink. Roger and I are exceedingly moral. Aren't we, Roger? See him wink. Well, something hot, then. We won't quarrel. He's thirsty, too. See him nod his head? What a pity, sir, that dogs can't talk. He understands every word that's said. And he knows good milk from water and chalk. The truth is, sir, now I reflect, I've been so badly given to grog. I wonder if not lost the respect. Here's to you, sir. Even of my dog. But he sticks by through thick and thin, in this old coat with its empty pockets and rags that smell of tobacco and gin. He'll follow while he has eyes in his sockets. There isn't another creature living would do it, and prove through every disaster, so fond, so faithful, and so forgiving. Such a miserable, thankless master. No, sir. See him wag his tail and grin. George, makes my old eyes water. That is, there is something in this gin that chokes the fellow, but no matter. We'll have some music if you're willing. And Roger. What a plague cough is, sir. Charmantulin. Staunch you, villain. Paws up. Eyes front. Salute your officer. About face. Attention. Take your rifle. Some dogs have arms, you see. And hold your cap while the gentleman give a trap to aid a poor old patriot soldier. March. Halt. Now show how the rebel shakes when he stands up to hear his sentence. Now tell us how many drams it takes to honor a jolly new acquaintance. 5 yelps. That's 5. He's mighty knowing. The night before, spill the glasses. Quick, sir, I'm ill. My brain is going. Some brandy. Thank you. There. Passes. Why not reform? That's easily said. But I've gone through such wretched treatment, sometimes forgetting the taste of bread, and scarce remembering what meat meant, that my poor stomach's past reform. There are times, when mad with thinking, I'd sell out heaven for something warm to prop a horrible inward sinking. Is there a way to forget? At your age, sir, home, fortune, friends, a dear girl's love. But I took to drink. The same old story, you know how it ends. But you could have seen these classic features. You needn't laugh, sir. They were not then such a burning libel on God's creatures. I was one of your handsome men. If you had seen her, so fair and young, his head was half on his breast. If you could have heard the songs I sung when the wine went round, I wouldn't have guessed that ever I, sir, should be straying from door to door, from fiddle and dog, ragged and penniless, and playing Tuesday night for a glass of grog. She's married since, a parson's wife. 'Twas better for her that we should part. Better sober as Posies life than a blasted